about y'all, but that never gets old to me. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Southern Motorworks channel. Hope everybody's doing good out there. Today we're going to be working on the 430 over here, doing a little bit of rust repair, prevention, whatever you want to call it. Trying to get rid of some of the surface rust under the frame and underneath the vehicle from the salted roads up north and whatnot. We'll get you under there and show you what we're dealing with, but yeah, we're just another little kind of simple project today. We're still trying to kind of make sure we get content out and everything as regularly as possible between you know, projects here on the homestead and internet difficulties and stuff like that. But we'll get you under there and we'll show you what we're going to be dealing with today. We'll try to work on getting the 430 looking a little bit better up underneath there. All right. So this is what I was talking about up underneath here, just kind of light surface rust like this. Thankfully, we didn't spend too much time up there on the salted roads, and it didn't really get super bad on the frame and everything. We didn't really, you know, there's no rust holes in anything. It's just surface rust all over it all. So you can see even like the brake calipers, those were all painted before we went up there, and same thing with everything underneath here. It was all, everything was painted black. Now I will say the areas that I had sprayed underbody coating on did fare a lot better. I'll show you those towards the back of the vehicle. The areas that were just the black paint from the factory from Mercedes did not hold up very well up there to the salted roads. But today we're going to be using a combination here. We got wire wheel on a drill. I got a wire wheel on the angle grinder also. We're going to clean it up and then we're going to hit it with some rust reformer. Right, so this is one of those products that converts any sort of rusted surface rust like that, or really any kind of rust I guess, into a paintable surface. Now it'll dry black obviously, and then you can kind of do whatever with it afterwards. And so we're going to be hitting it with a underbody coating here. This is what I used on most of the rear of the vehicle because I'd done some work back there before we went up north, and it fared a lot better than just the parts that were painted black. So we're going to go with that one again, and hopefully it'll last a lot longer down here in Florida. Obviously we're not going to have any salted roads or anything like that, so I do believe the underbody coating is gonna be the ticket for down here. Should keep everything nice and tidy under there for hopefully a few years to come. Like I said, we're just going to be kind of hitting this with it's not a super aggressive wire wheel or nothing like that, not like a knot wheel or anything, but should be more than enough to get the surface rust off there. So it helps if it's on the high speed. Now obviously when it comes to this stuff here, we're not going to be able to hit every little nook and cranny, you know, up underneath here and stuff like that, but we're just trying to get the majority of it off, and then the rust reformer, whatever we hit with the rust reformer, will take care of the rest of it. So as you can see, some of the areas in here, especially around the middle, aren't very bad, and that is because of that power steering leak that we have on here that I mentioned a while back. It kind of coated this stuff underneath here in power steering fluid and really kind of kept us from getting too rusty in the middle here. So it's just the two sides over here on the front that need to be hit. obviously this isn't going to be like a super, you know, professional job or nothing here. We're just trying to kind of get the rust taken care of as best we can, and prevent any future rust. You know, eventually one day we'll get this thing up in the air and kind of repaint the frame a lot better and whatnot, but as of right now we don't have a lift. It's a little difficult, so we're just going to kind of make sure that we prevent any future rust as of right now. Okay, so now we're just going to kind of wipe this down to get any kind of leftover dust off of it or whatever. Like I said, again, not going to be a super professional job here or nothing. We're just trying to, you know, get some of the rust taken care of and stop it from going any further till we can get this thing on a lift and really get it up in the air and go over this 100% the way it should be. Yes, he definitely needs to be put up on a lift and cleaned pretty bad. There it is. Oh, just caked on dirt and stuff like that. So one day soon we'll worry about that, but for right now, like I said, we're just trying to prevent some future rust. So as you can see, this is kind of what we're going for here. Definitely got a nice even coat of the black down. We're not worried about the brake calipers right now. Those will probably be getting replaced in a future video, maybe a upgrade or something, but for right now, yeah, this is what we're going for. Like I said, it's not going to be perfect, but it'll be a heck of a lot better than all that surface rust under there just continuing to grow with any bit of moisture, you know what I mean? So at least this way it'll be somewhat protected. So that's the rust reformer. We got to wait for that to dry a little bit, then we'll hit this side with the underbody coating all on the sway bar and everything. And in the meantime, we're going to go hit the frame rail on either side as best we can with a wire wheel, and we'll get the rust reformer on that so it can dry too. Alright, so we'll get you under here and show you what we're dealing with under the sides of the vehicle. Yeah, see, just kind of surface rust all over everything that would have anywhere where it would have splashed up from the roadway, from that road salt. But the exhaust, it's another project for another day. Probably going to be getting gutted out completely. Probably save the Cherry Bomb Extremes, because I do like the way they sound on those. But but everything else will probably be getting redone again. As you can see, everything was just put together with a lot of exhaust clamps. We were trying to get to the point to where we could pass an inspection up there in Maine, and we were just trying to get it together. So this time everything be welded, everything be custom bent tubes and everything. So but for right now we're not concerned about that. Today's project is the rust. So as you can see, like I said, it's just mostly surface rust. You can kind of rub on it and get most of it, you know, to kind of start going away. But we're going to hit it with the wire wheel and then some rust reformer. So stick with us. Alright, so first things first, we're going to hit this stuff underneath here with the wire wheel. Try to get it cleaned off as best we can. Oh, drill battery died. Be right back. Alright, back with a different drill. Like I was talking about before, the areas where we had the underbody coating under there before we went up north definitely fared a lot better than the parts that were just painted black. So we'll show you what we're talking about now. See, with the exception of a couple areas that I already hit with the rust reformer, for the most part it's pretty much rust free back here. The underbody coating works pretty well on the salted roads up north, so not too bad at all under here. So we'll take you back around to the front side now. The rust reformer should be just about dry everywhere, and now we'll move on to spraying the underbody coating. Yep, definitely dry under here. So now we'll move on to the underbody coating and let that dry overnight, and it should be good to go. So this underbody coating stuff, you definitely want to shake it up really well. It's pretty thick stuff, so I mean, I usually shake mine for at least a solid minute or so. That usually does a pretty good job of getting it all mixed up together pretty well. Alright, so this stuff here, you want to just kind of make sure you put it down in nice even coats, because like I said, it is a pretty thick stuff, so it will have a tendency to run if you're not careful. Okay, so we got one can of the rust reformer on and one can of the underbody coating. We actually ran out of both, so this will be a project that we'll have to finish tomorrow after work now. But in the meantime, let me show you what we're looking at under there. As you can see, it looks a million times better than before. The difference between having a nice black frame and not having one is like night and day, I swear. Alright, so tomorrow after work we'll grab another can of rust reformer, another can of underbody coating, and we'll continue this project, finishing up the other side real quick, so hang tight. Alright, so we're back. It's the following day. We've got our second cans of the rust reformer and underbody coating, so we're going to go ahead and get back to work, finish up the last little bit around the back side and on the driver's side underneath of the frame and components under there. We'll get that finished off with the wire wheel and then the rust reformer and underbody coating, and then this will be one more job finished. Make sure we get every little spot here. So as y'all can see, it looks a heck of a lot better underneath there than before, with all that surface rust and stuff like that that we incurred from the 2 years up north on the salted roads. If y'all have any sort of rust or surface rust, or even any worse rust than that underneath the vehicle on the body or anything like that, I highly recommend the Rust-Oleum Rust Reformer and their underbody coating. All right. Not affiliated with them in any way. I just really like the products. Like I said, the spots underneath the 430 here that we had underbody coating on, they definitely fared a heck of a lot better up north than the areas that were just kind of painted black from the factory. So it should definitely work to keep it looking nice under there now that we're back down here in Florida and don't have to worry about the salted roads or anything anymore. So I hope y'all like the way it turned out underneath there as much as I do. There's just something about having a nice clean black frame. It just really kind of ties the vehicle together, makes it look a heck of a lot better in my opinion. So y'all stay tuned. There's more projects with the 430 and with the XC70 coming soon. I featured them in a short the other day. Those will be coming up real soon on the channel within the next week or so. So y'all keep an eye out for those on the channel. And I appreciate y'all hanging with us and checking out this latest project with the 430. And we'll see you on the next one, all right? Y'all have a good one out there.